Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see, not only from the thumbnail, but how I am dressed, we are going to be diving into the new Melt Halloween Town collection. I absolutely love The Nightmare Before Christmas, so when I saw that is the collab that Melt was going to be doing for this Halloween, I knew I was going to be picking up. There is a lot of things in this collection. I'm going to be showing you close-ups and swatches. I am already wearing a lipstick, but we're going to be testing all of the other things. I'm going to be doing 2 looks in this video for you because there are also 2 lipsticks. I feel like then we can get a good feel for the palette and whether it is worth it. Now, some of this stuff has already sold out, such as the bag. I don't believe you can get the bag anymore. I got it as a bundle and I think the bag has sold out separately and in the bundle, which is a shame because it is super cute and super nice quality. But let's dive into all the close-ups and swatches first. So as you can see, the theming of this, the packaging of this, for me, it is the epitome of Halloween Town and I couldn't be more happy. It's an expensive collection. Melt can be on the pricey side. I like collecting things from Melt, but the customs for me just tipped it over the edge to being a little bit expensive. So I'm going to talk to you about the things as we go through them. So the lipstick I am already wearing because there was no way I was applying this deep of a shade on camera. It's difficult enough off camera to try and get it neat, let me tell you. The packaging of this is absolutely adorably insane, loving it. This is in a lock, shock and barrel and they are of course on the packaging. So cute. The formula feels very matte but not super drying and it's very opaque and we're going to see how it holds up. But the component of this, I mean, if you are a collector of Nightmare Before Christmas and you like Melt makeup, this is just a dream come true, which is where I am right now. I will test out the other lipstick in my second look, so I'll put that to the side for now, but that is called Pumpkin King and it is an orange one, but I do believe this is sold out now as well and you can't get your hands on it, which is a shame. I mean, you've got to be quick with these collections with Melt because they don't usually restock. Now we're going to be applying this. This is the True Love Never Dies Digital Dust Highlight and inside you've got Jack and Sally, the imprint, which is super cute. Even on the mirror you've got, it says The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that an actual sticky? I haven't peeled. Eee. On the mirror you have got I'll Be Your Nightmare and it says The Nightmare Before Christmas and it does have the little hill that Jack stands on, which is super cute. And this digital dust highlight looks to go from a gold to a pink, so I'm excited to try this. I'm a little bit sad that I've got to destroy the pan though. Now I'm going to be using this as more of a blush topper slash highlight, so I'm going to be using a bit more of a bigger fluffy brush. But we'll just see. Oh, that's coming across as very pink to me right now. But I can also see the gold in it. I'm not sure if you're going to be seeing that, but let's just work this in. But that is stunning. Okay, I am a big fan of that it is gorgeous. Is it glittery? I feel like there may be super, super, super tiny glitter particles in it, but it's super reflective and I can definitely see the shift from pink to gold. And I can still see a little bit of Jack and Sally in the pan, so all is not lost. Then they did come out with a mirror. Ridiculously cute. I mean, the perfect size for a little handheld mirror if you enjoy doing your makeup like that. And also on the other side, without blinding you, there is some bats. It says Melt and the Nightmare Before Christmas. Super cute touch, but I already do have from the Amore Mariposas collection a very similar mirror that just says Melt on it, and it's got the Amore Mariposas on the other side. I don't really feel like I need two. I feel like I could get rid of this one now and just keep this one because I prefer this. Because obviously it's orange and it's Nightmare Before Christmas, so... But I do believe the mirror is still in stock if you wanted to grab the mirror, and the deeper lipstick, the one that I'm wearing now, I believe that's still in stock as I'm filming. And I think this is, and the palette. I'll link everything down below, and if you are interested in anything, then please do check out those links. They're not affiliated or anything, it's just so that you can see the bits and bobs that I'm using in this video. So we're going to dive into the gorgeous Halloween Town palette, and it's got Oogie Boogie on it. It's a holographic. Can you see that moving? Am I even moving it in the right direction? Did I do it then? There you go, you can see him moving, and apparently the shape of this palette is supposed to be the shape of Jack's podium when he speaks to people in Halloween Town. I believe I've got that correct. So I do actually like the fact it's a bit of a different shape. I like that we've got Oogie Boogie on the front and it's a holographic. I love anything Oogie Boogie. And of course, his scenes in the film are very, very colourful and bright and sort of fluorescent. So I was expecting some nice colour, and of course that is what we've got inside. And I do like the shades that are chosen. I feel like it does represent the movie really, really well. So the palette actually feels quite weighty and quite nice quality, like the packaging and even the sort of wood effect around the edges. I do think there's been a lot of attention to detail in this collection. So like I say, I'm going to do two looks for you, and I think the first look I want to kind of, since I've got my Sally, I don't even know if this is a night dress or a t-shirt, like I don't know what this is, but because I've got this on and the headband, I'm feeling like maybe those are the colours that we should stick with and kind of represent this type of thing on the eye, and I think this palette is absolutely perfect to do that with. So there are 10 shades in this palette and 4 of them are shimmers, and when I was swatching them, the shimmers swatched beautifully. The only shades that I was struggling to get a good swatch from were the deep purple and the medium purple, which purples can be a little bit tricky. I'm hoping they apply better to the eye than on the arm because, you know, it's not all about the swatches. And I do really like, actually I think you're supposed to hold the palette this way. I'm holding it this way just for the fact it's a little bit easier for me. But I do really like the way that the pans are higgledy-piggledy and a little bit jumbled. Some people are going to hate that. I appreciate that in this palette. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the blue mattes. And I think I want to do kind of a cut crease in this. I might also use some water activated liner just to sort of replicate, you know, on Sally's dress, the sort of stitching that could be involved. So I'm just going to start out with these 3 blue mattes that are called Ooze, Shriek and Ragdoll. My cat would be very, very happy at that name. And I am just going to put on some Natasha Denona eyeshadow primer. Everything that I'm using should be linked in the description box down below. If something is missing, which it possibly could be, please do let me know. This sort of long nightie slash dress that I'm wearing is from the Disney shop, and I believe the headband was from Etsy. It was a lovely gift from a friend. It was a Nightmare Before Christmas mystery bundle, and I got the earrings with Jack and Zero and the headband and another headband and just some cute bits in it, you know? So I'm going to start out with the deepest blue that I showed you, which is called Ooze, and because I want to do a cut crease, especially near this front part here. Are you close enough? Is that a little bit better? I'm just gonna start to put this really deep blue shade where I want the sort of front part of the cut crease to be. I'm just using a little tiny definer brush just so I can be a little bit more accurate and there's not going to be shadow everywhere. And I don't care what's going on the lid because I'm going to cut all that, so that doesn't matter. I'm just focusing on what is on the top. Okay, it also doesn't really matter what's going on out here because I'm not interested in this bit either. It's just where I've kind of placed this deeper shade and done a little bit of an arch here. But that is going on really nicely. I feel like the pigment is beautiful. And we're going to see how it blends out with the medium blue shade, which is called Shriek. So I'm just cleaning off my brush. Then I'm going to go into a little bit of Shriek and just dab this very gently without a lot of product, just on the edge before we begin to start a blend between these shades. Now that those are down, I'm just going to start to blend those out with nothing on the brush, and I'll go in with the lightest blue just to blend out the very edges of these blues and see what gradient we've got with these. Sometimes melt quality can be a little bit hit or miss with their palettes. On the whole, I really like the formula. There has been one or two palettes that I don't feel like are the exact same formula that I love from Melt. I didn't enjoy the Millennial Pinks as much as some of the others. Maybe you feel the same as me, or maybe you like all the Melt palettes. Please do let me know in the comments. Now I'm just going to go into a little bit of that shade called Ragdoll, which was the lightest of the blues, just to tickle on the very edges and make sure we've got a nice blend out here instead of just a sharp line. Okay. The cut creases are on. I haven't removed what's underneath because I don't generally do that because I'm lazy like that when it comes to cut creases, but I have cut everywhere that I want the blue to disappear, and we're going to add something else there, but you can just see the blue peeking over the top of that cut crease. I am then going to add the same blues just to the outer corner because I still want the blue to be on the outer part of this look and above the cut crease, so I'm just going to use the deepest blue again just to deepen up that outer corner. And the medium and the light blues just to tap around. I've gone into the dark blue. Abort! Medium blue just to blend out next to that deeper blue. And then of course the light blue as well, which is called Ragdoll. Are you trusting the process along with me? I hope so. I'm feeling like we definitely need to incorporate some purple and yellow just so that we're matching all of the Sally colours. So I think I want to use Oogie Boogie for a shimmer and maybe a little bit of Wormswort. I love that that's called Wormswort. Starting with Oogie Boogie first, I have picked it up on the brush and it's picked up nicely, and I'm going to spray it. And I think I want this toward the inner corner. You can tell that I've got a great plan going here, right? And I obviously don't want to go over that cut crease. I want to try and be quite careful and just see how much we can pack this on and see how beautiful this shimmer is. I don't know if this is more of a traditional shimmer type formula. It did swatch very, very nicely, and I don't know, it looks pretty. It's not blowing me away. Then I'm going to flip my brush over and go into Wormswort, which is, oh wow, that is a little bit softer. Wow, okay, maybe that's a little bit more of a sparkly formula and a little bit different. Be a bit more careful with that one than Oogie Boogie. I'm just going to pop that. Oh, that applies nicely. Oh, that's beautiful. Then I'm just going to go between these two shimmers and make sure they merge nicely together and it's not just a stark straight line. In fact, I might go into a little bit of Gone Again, which is the more orangey shimmer, just to pop in between the two. Just to add something a little bit different. Oh yeah. Yeah, popping that between them. Love that. Now I think we're going to go into some of the purple mattes. We are nearly using every shade in this palette. This is crazy, but I think I want to use the lighter of the two purples, which is called My Bugs and The Mayor, which is these two here. So I'm just going to use those. I think I'm going to use The Mayor, which is the slightly deeper of the two, which didn't swatch the best, just next to that purple shimmer here, just to bridge the gap between the purple shimmer and the blue matte. I know I'm only using it in a small space, so it's hard to tell how well it's performing, but I mean, it's going on. I think I'd have to use it in a bigger area and actually blend it out to test the formula properly with that one. And then into my bugs, which is the lightest purple in the palette, just to finish off out here. And maybe just a little bit of that light purple just on the lower lash line going into that blue. And I think then that's it for the eyeshadow. I need to remember this video is 2 looks and I need to stop talking. And I'm going to jump off, maybe do some water activated liner and lashes, something in my waterline. I was going to use one of the gel liner pots, but I don't think either are going to go with this look, so I might save that for the next one, because we do have Terrible Vision, which is just a matte orange, which looks beautiful. I definitely want to use that in the waterline. And then we have Master of Fright, which is more of a metallic with a little bit of a shift. So again, I mean, interesting, but maybe we can use those in the next look. So guys, this is finished look number 1, and I did go in with some water activated liner, just some black, just to line that cut crease and then do some little stitch marks, and I think it was really effective. And I feel like the colours that I've used from the palette, definitely you can look at this look and think that is representing Sally. I'm really impressed with it, to be honest. I don't think I've ever tried to do a Sally look before, but it was really easy considering all the shades that you need are in this palette. I do feel like it's a beautiful Halloween type of look, especially with the matching lip. I feel like this is the most perfect purple lip to match a Sally look, and I think overall I really, really like it. I didn't have any issues working with the shades. Some of the shimmers pick up better than others, but I will say those purples, those purple mattes so far, especially this one called the Maya, I'm not sold yet. I think I need to test these to make sure I'm happy with how they perform, because I was just sandwiching a little bit of those purples just on the very edge of the purple shimmer. And it wasn't the easiest considering it was on a small area, so I definitely want to test those out and make sure they are as good as the rest of the formula that I've tried, because those blue mattes, blended beautifully, beautiful tones, pigmented, gorgeous. So I want to make sure that I'm feeling the same about the purples as well. But like I say, this is a finished look number 1. Please do let me know what you think. I'm absolutely loving the, what do they call it? The digital dust highlight. I think it catches the light beautifully. It makes the skin look really wet. But I think I want to do something totally different for look number 2, and I obviously want to test out the other lipsticks. So let me know what you think to this look in the comments down below, and let's dive in to look number 2. So for look number 2, I definitely want to be playing with those purples, because I don't know how I feel about the purple mattes from the previous look. So we definitely need to test those out today. I'm going to do some sort of gradient and blend in the outer corner just so I can really test out those purples. But I want to use one of the gel liners as well. And I'm thinking I want to use Terrible Vision, which is the matte sort of pumpkin-y colour, which is absolutely gorgeous. I might use that in the waterline. So we're going to try and combine some orange and purple today. And I did use the other lipstick, which is Pumpkin King. Now I do believe this is actually sold out now, which is a shame because it is an absolutely beautiful colour. So I think I'm going to start out with the mid-tone purple, which is called the Maya. And then I want to see how buildable these purples are, because I'm going to deepen up the outer corner with Bone Daddy. Fingers crossed. So going in with the Maya, which is the mid-tone purple, I'm just going to pack this on. And we're going to see if it's as pigmented and delicious as those blues from the first look, because they were beautiful to work with. Okay, I'm just pressing this into the primer just to set the primer with this shade. I haven't actually blended it or anything yet. I'm just pressing it in just to see what the pigment is like, and this is how I would treat this shade anyway. But that has gone on really nicely, a lot better than how I felt about it when I was swatching it. They did feel a little bit dry and was a little bit difficult to swatch. Just tickling on the edges of this now just to begin a blend, because of course we're going to use the other 2 purples as well. But so far this is performing really nicely. Maybe I judged it too soon. Okay, that is looking really nice. I definitely want to put some just on the lower lash line, just wrapping it around the outer corner as well though. So let me find a brush. And I have powdered under my eyes so it's not a sticky tacky base for the shade to stick onto, but it's going on nicely and it's still pigmented. Then I'm going to blend that shade out with the lightest purple, which is called My Bugs, and then like I said, we will go in with Bone Daddy to deepen up the outer corner. So My Bugs just on the edges of that mid-tone purple, just to work on a nice blend out here. And of course I still have to incorporate orange somewhere in this so that I can use the gel liner. So that's why I'm keeping the front portion free of shadow for now, because I don't actually have a plan. I just know that it's going to be kind of orange somewhere. Okay, then I'm going to go in with Bone Daddy, which is that deep purple, and just deepen up in these outer corners, and let us see how buildable this is. Okay, that is pigmented. You can definitely see that's deepened things up out here. Going back in with a little bit of that mid-tone purple called the Maya, just on the edges, and make sure I'm happy with the blend between all of these. But so far this is building really nicely and I'm not having any issues. Okay, I'm impressed with those purples. They're definitely a lot nicer to work with than I imagined, so I'm sorry for judging the purples too soon, but I want to go in with this gel liner. I'm not actually sure if you can actually just use this as like a base. So going into a little bit of terrible vision, let's just tap out of these creasy eyes. Don't want to be setting that. And then, okay, that is orange. That is pumpkin-y orange. I may have gone in with a lot. Just trying to blend this out now after going in with a lot of product. That is user error. Please do ignore the amount of product that I've just used because that was a little bit much, a little bit. Oh, but that is actually blending out really nicely with a fluffy brush. I'm trying to work quickly just in case it dries down super quick, but that is going into the purple nicely, and purples and oranges aren't friends on the colour wheel. They complement each other beautifully, but they don't typically blend into each other well. But this isn't a powder that I'm using. So as long as I'm just flicking my brush in that direction and not trying to actually blend them together properly, then we won't have a muddy mess. And just taking that a little bit onto the lower lash line and over the inner corner, but I will be using one or two of the shimmers over this anyway, I think. You could definitely leave it an all matte look if you wanted to, but I want to brighten things up a little bit. While I've got this gel out, I will just put this in my waterline as well. And that matches beautifully. Okay, I think I want to go into Gone Again, which was the orange shimmer that we have used. Have we used all the shimmers in this? I think we have. Did we use the blue? Don't think we used the blue. We've nearly used all the shimmers, so I think I'm going to go into Gone Again, which is the orange shimmer, and we'll definitely go into the purple shimmer again, which is called Wenzdae, just to make the lid a little bit more sparkly and bright. So into that orange shimmer, I am just going to apply that to the lid on top of this orange gel liner. And I think to brighten up the inner corner, we might end up going into Oogie Boogie again, which was the yellowy shimmer. So I flipped my brush over and I've just gone into Wenzdae, and I am gonna sandwich that between the matte and the shimmer just to make a nice merge and blend, because purple and orange shimmers don't mind merging together. It's not the same as with powders. Oh yeah, that's definitely just taking it in a slightly different direction, and I think that looks beautiful together. Oh, I'm loving this look. Do you know? I was thinking, oh, well, you know, oranges and purples aren't always the easiest to create a look with, but actually I'm loving how this is coming together. And a little bit of Oogie Boogie just for the inner corner, like I say, just to brighten things up a touch. We'll give it a spritz and just a little bit on the inner corner. In fact, I might pop a little bit of the orange shimmer on the lower lash line as well. Oh yeah, look at that. This is turning into a bit of a sunset now. We've added a bit of that sort of yellowy tone. I love this eye look. I think all the colours that are included, it just makes me happy. It just makes me super happy. I I think I need to jump off, sort out my lashes and mascara, and we'll come back and see the finished look and discuss this whole collection. So guys, this is the finished look, and I did just stick on some half lashes and some mascara, and I love how this turned out. I wasn't expecting it to be turning into more of a sunset eye today, but adding that yellow near the inner corner, that's just giving me the sunset vibe goodness, and I'm very, very happy about that. And I do like the gel liners for the waterline. I think it looks really vibrant and beautiful, and it definitely did work as a base and popping that shimmer on top, because I didn't have an orange matte to play with in this palette, so that doubled up beautifully. I still need to test out the other one, the Master of Fright, that's more of a shifty metallic gel liner. But the palette, the purples definitely didn't let me down. I love those purples in the outer corner. They were buildable, they were blendable, and I judged them too soon by the swatches, and I really like them. I do feel like I like all of the mattes in this palette, and I do like all of the shimmers. I do think this purple is a slightly different formula to the other shimmers that I've used, just because it's a little bit softer when you go in with your brush, and it looks a little bit more sparkly, like there's more particles in it that are more glittery and reflective. And the other two that I used were a little bit more on the traditional side of shimmers, but all easy to pick up on a brush and to apply, and I do think they look beautiful on the lid. I love the colour story. I like the fact we've got depth and light shades and mid-tones. All in all, I think I actually really love this palette. Is it as good quality, for example, as my Cosmic Brushes palettes that are a lot more affordable? The actual formula, no, I do prefer something like Cosmic Brushes formula. However, I do like the melt formula. It's not my absolute favourite, now that there's been quite a few other formulas that have come out that I love, but I think this is a good quality palette. The packaging is very, very good. The quality of the packaging, like I say, the shadows, they're definitely not bad shadows. Not my absolute favourite formula in my collection, but very good, blendable, buildable, and I enjoyed working with it, and I definitely want to play around with it some more. But I do have the Christmas Town collection from Melt, the whole thing on its way to me as we speak, and I think the colour story of that one I might actually prefer over this one. We're going to see. When it arrives, I will do a video, so please do subscribe if you're interested in seeing that, and I will compare them side by side and discuss the colour stories. Like I said, cream gel liners are really nice. I have tried this formula before. I think they work really well in the waterline, and it was really nice to use them on the lid today, just so that I could see how it would perform as a base, and I enjoyed it. It blended out with a clean, fluffy brush, and I didn't give it a chance to crease, because everything creases on me with my slightly hooded eyes, especially in the inner portion where I put it. So I did want to set it with something, whether that would have been a powder shadow or a shimmer, and I think it worked out beautifully. Both of the lipsticks, I think they're gorgeous colours. Of course, Pumpkin King, which is the one that I'm wearing now, is more my choice than the sort of deep purple that I wore in the last look, because I just don't gravitate towards these shades as much on a daily basis. But I think the formula's really nice. Ultra matte, it definitely is matte, but it's not drying. It feels comfortable on the lips, and I think it's really nice. And I am wearing this again today, the True Love Never Dies Digital Dust Highlight. Absolutely stunning. Gold to pink. Love the Sally and Jack in the pan. I think it looks beautiful and wet looking on the cheek. I definitely can see a lot more pink as I'm like looking in the mirror right now, but there is definitely a shift to it, and I think that is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't use the mirror. I love this mirror, but I didn't actually use it. I used to use my handheld other Melt mirror absolutely all the time when I was filming and doing my makeup looks, but now I actually prefer not to use a handheld mirror when I'm filming. But am I mad that I've got this? Come on, it's Nightmare Before Christmas. How could I be mad? I think it is a really, really good quality mirror, and if you're in the market for a handheld mirror, I think this is still available on the Melt website. And the bag, I know you can't get it anymore, but because it's part of the collection, I have to mention it. I think this is a really nice quality bag, and the Christmas Town collection has a bag with 0 on it. If you haven't seen, please go over to Melt's Instagram. That collection looks amazing as well. So if you missed out on this bag but you wanted a Nightmare Before Christmas bag and you want 0 on it, check out that one, because I think that collection is launching individually to buy on the 1st of November, but I already picked it up because the bundle had already launched, and I did get the password to get on the site. So those individual items will be available soon, but I'm so happy I've got this. Like, if I'm ever going anywhere or traveling, what a cute little bag just to pop some makeup essentials in. So even the little details, like the Jack and Sally on the zip, and it says melt on the other side. Like, I love that they did this. It's a shame that they're not able to restock the things that have sold out. I think they either needed a little bit more product to begin with, or at least do one restock, because I think there's going to be so many people that are gutted that they missed out on certain things. I've seen a lot of people really sad that they missed out on this lipstick, and I can see why. It is an absolutely gorgeous colour. So from that perspective, it is super sad, but I mean, it was kind of like that with the Beetlejuice collection. Once it was gone, it was gone. I have to say I'm not disappointed with anything I tried from this collection whatsoever. I wasn't expecting to be, but testing it all out, I think all of it is good quality. Like I say, not my absolute favourite eyeshadow formula in the world, but a really good formula nonetheless. The colour stories, the packaging, everything I tried, beautiful. I'm hoping this video isn't 10 million years long. I'm very, very sorry if it is. I need to go and edit it now and get it up for you. Let me know in the comments which look you prefer. I know the other one was a lot more Sally related, and you know, you had the stitches, but I actually think I prefer this look overall just because these colours make me smile. Thank you so much for checking out this video, guys. Like I say, I do have the other collection coming to me, the Christmas Town collection, so please do subscribe if you are wanting to see that in the future. I do have quite a few other bits to be filming with as well. Lots of content coming your way if I actually have some time out of my busy schedule to sit down and film. I'm hoping I will. I will of course link my socials down below, as well as my YouTube membership and my Patreon group in case you want to join in the fun, and hopefully guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!